Hi, my name is Dominique Stewart. I am originally from Connecticut. And as for my background, my dad is African American, and then my mom is first generation Honduran. So most of my family in Honduras lives on the island of Rotan. As for my schooling, I went to Messiah College, which is now Messiah University. And in the spring of 2020, I graduated with my molecular biology degree. And just to highlight some of the difficult courses, I would definitely say animal form and function, physiology, and biochem 1. But overall, I would just say these courses were difficult because they really are based on like mechanisms and understanding like what happens if this happens. And so you have to really make sure that you understand the basis in order to like get the full picture. As for courses that I really enjoyed taking at Messiah, besides just like major courses, I would definitely say social inequality, immunology, and philosophy. I loved immunology because we touched on like autoimmune diseases, which is very fascinating to me. And then social inequality, I loved the professor and how she really we went through all the inequality in the world and life that happens, but then she really urged us at the end of the course to really like say we can't work on every single problem throughout our lifetime, but we should just pick one issue and work at that diligently. And then for philosophy, I just loved how the course really, made us think as students. So I love those courses a lot. Now, if I were to share with you guys how to be a successful STEM student or basically a successful student overall, for one, I would say really find a support group. So, a group of students within your major that you can ask questions to, you can stay motivated by studying with them, and so forth. And then the second thing I would say is to define a time in your schedule when you're going to actually study and work on assignments. Because if you don't, you will fill that time with extracurricular activities or just like things that you enjoy doing. And then the third thing I would definitely give a tip on is to talk to your professors. They are there for you. And if you're going to talk to your professor, ask them a question, I really encourage you guys to kind of know what you're asking. So make sure you study that content before going to them. So that way they know you're not just showing up in the office to waste time and look like a good student, but really you put the effort in to understand the content, but then you got a little stuck. As for things I did on campus related to my major, I think for like a semester I worked on a collab team. So it's basically students from different STEM majors coming together to work on a project. But really, I got involved with research with professors on campus as well. So that's really beneficial for you as a student to like learn those techniques if you're interested in research. And then something else I really encourage students who are in STEM majors is to get experience. So throughout your summers, like make sure you're applying to like programs to get involved with, or even if you don't get into a program, like email different institutes and ask if you can just even be a volunteer to do research in their labs because experience again is key. Now, if you're considering medical school, I'd really encourage you guys to do scribing. I know a lot of my friends that did it for their clinical experience throughout their undergraduate years. And then as for me, I also did an internship at Penn State to gain more research experience, but that was through the help of my advisor who actually had that connection. So really ask your professors about the connections they have if you want to get different experience from more of a smaller school setting. Some advice that I can give you guys is do not overcommit yourself. Now, I'm a sociable person. I love having my hands in multiple areas, but what I've realized from my undergraduate years is that you cannot balance both school and academics when you just have multiple things on your plate. So basically, just do what you can handle. So, what am I doing now? So, I'm currently finishing up my second year postbac fellowship at the National Institute of Health, in which my mentor and I are conducting an infectious disease project. So, in the spring, I look to apply to schools, which is super exciting but also nerve wracking. And then from there, I will begin schooling again. Now, to answer the question of whether my school prepared me for, the next steps or what the real world has, I would definitely say yes. And the only thing I would add is that if you're in a smaller school and you're looking to do research, really try to get involved on projects in bigger institutes just because they have more funding and different techniques that you can get involved and learn about. All right, guys, that's all I have to share about being a STEM major. But honestly, if you are walking in this route, I know it is difficult. So continue to, work diligently towards the goal, and in the ending it will be beneficial. And even if you're a regular college student, like continue to work towards the goal and do not give up.